Welcome to the Town of Islip September Town Board meeting. A special meeting for us in the town because we celebrate Hispanic Heritage Month and the members of our community whose presence in our town has certainly been enhanced and made better. As we begin, I would like to invite Councilman Jorge Guadron to lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance. To the flag of the United States of America, and to the republic which stands one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice. Thank you, Councilman. This month we are so proud to recognize those members of our community of Hispanic heritage, and I'm going to begin with our first honoree, Dr. Wanda Ortiz Rivera. Doctor, why don't you come on up? Originally from Puerto Rico, Wanda began her educational journey at Dowling College at just 16 years of age, where she earned a Bachelor of Arts in Natural Science and Math, went on to get a Master of Business Administration and a Master of Education in Bilingual Bicultural Education from Columbia University Teachers College. In 2001, Wanda began her career with the Brentwood District in our wonderful town of Islip as a dual language teacher and progressed in many key roles, including mentor, teacher, and coordinator of bilingual and ENL programs. Most recently, Wanda served as Assistant Superintendent of Secondary Instruction and Bilingual Education, and on July 1st of this year was appointed as Superintendent of Brentwood Schools. Her dedication extends beyond her roles in the district. As a mother herself, Wanda deeply values the community and is actively involved in numerous educational organizations, including the New York State EDELL Leadership Council and the World Language Council. Wanda passionately views diversity as a unique superpower in the Brentwood School District and continually strives to support her students and staff. Please join all of us, including Bob. Please come forward and join us in honoring Dr. Wanda Ortiz Rivera. Stand up here, and Town Board, please come up and get a photo with the entire Congratulations. Our next honoree has been a cornerstone of Good Samaritan University Hospital, and that's Alberto Cardona. He has, for over a decade, made a significant impact in the post-anesthesia care unit. His exceptional blend of care, kindness, and compassion has greatly enhanced the experience for his patients. And I would ask Alberto to come forward. Is there anyone here with you? Is anyone here?
Just my mother.
Oh, come on up, Mom. During the height of the COVID-19 crisis, Alberto's dedication became especially evident. He stepped up to assist in the emergency room's COVID tent, providing crucial translation services and emotional support to Hispanic patients during a very challenging time. Alberto continues to make a meaningful difference at Good Samaritan University Hospital, actively participating in patient experience rounds where he assists with Hispanic translation. His dedication ensures that every patient receives compassionate and understanding care. His commitment, compassionate service, and contributions extend far beyond his professional role. Please join me in recognizing Alberto Cardona.
Congratulations again.
Our third honoree is Richard Bastidas, and I'd like to invite Councilman Jim O'Connor to the podium to present this next award. Councilman?
Thank you, Supervisor. Richard Bastidas is the Director of Program and Evaluation for Police, Mental Health, and Wellness with the Suffolk County Police Department, where he oversees critical incident responses and provides officer counseling. Previously, Rich served as the Deputy Commissioner of Public Safety for the town of Islip. He assisted in responses to natural disasters, major events, and critical incidents. Richard has also contributed to the expansion of the town of Islip Law Enforcement Academy, which trains park rangers, fire marshals, and harbor patrol officers for Islip and other Suffolk County townships. Rich is a certified FEMA incident commander and a nationally certified crisis intervention stress manager. A lifelong resident of Suffolk County, Rich was a first responder on September 11, 2001, and has a distinguished 25-year career with the NYPD, retiring as a detective investigator. In his free time, Richard enjoys playing basketball with his son and hiking with his daughter. Please join me in recognizing my friend from East Islip, Rich Bastidas.
Congratulations, Rick.
Our next honoree is Jennifer Villacorta Escobar, and I would invite Councilman Guadron to the podium for this next presentation.
Thank you. Jennifer, please come on. Jennifer was born in San Salvador, El Salvador. She moved to Canada as a young adult to escape increasing crime in her city. She pursued higher education at Okanagan College and then at the British Columbia Institute of Technology, where she studied architectural and interior design. At present, Jennifer oversees administrative operations at Villacorta Law Group PC, where she also works as a paralegal specializing in family court matters. She is responsible for recruiting, training, and supervising staff and assists attorneys with hearing preparations. Jennifer is deeply committed to community service. She supports women and children in Suffolk County through various initiatives, including the Special Immigrant Juvenile Status Program, which helps newcomer children who have been abandoned, neglected, or abused. She is also involved with International Art Focus, Inc., which uses art to support children dealing with neglect or home issues, and with the Latin American Ladies Committee, CODALA, which raises funds for women and children with cancer. Her previous volunteer work includes managing operations at St. Anne's Catholic Parish in Osoyoos, British Columbia. Additionally, she volunteered as a translator for the International Students Association and supported special needs children through Fundación Padre Vito Guarato in El Salvador. Please join me in recognizing my dear friend Jennifer Villacorta Escobar.
Our next honoree for Hispanic Heritage Celebration is Roy Palaz, and I'd like to invite Councilman Lorenzo to present this next award.
Thank you, Supervisor Carpenter. Roy Palaz is a dedicated community member whose journey from the Bronx to Ronkonkoma has been marked by both personal and professional achievements. After a long career with Aramark, Roy, alongside his wife Kathleen, founded Island Empanada in 2011. The business has since flourished into a multi-unit franchise selling over 6 million empanadas across Long Island. Roy's commitment to community service is evident in his numerous roles. He is actively involved with the Ronkonkoma Rotary Club, where he operates a weekly soup kitchen and participates in fundraising events like the Michael Murphy Run. His Rotary work also includes donations to the food pantry, support for disabled children at Camp Pawcatuck, and providing scholarships to local students. In addition to his Rotary activities, Roy is a board member of the Ronkonkoma Chamber of Commerce and is involved with several other local chambers. Through Island Empanada, he contributes to community causes by donating gift cards and baskets for fundraisers, offering scholarships to senior ice hockey players, and supporting organizations addressing cancer, Parkinson's, and Alzheimer's. Roy, his wife Kathleen, and their children Giselle and Danielle continue to be pillars of their community, embodying a spirit of service and dedication. Please join me in recognizing Roy Palaz.
No problem. Our final honoree for Hispanic Heritage Celebration is Maria Negron, and I'd like to invite Councilman McElway to present Maria's award.
Come on up, Maria. Maria Negron was born in the Bronx to Puerto Rican parents, has been a pillar of community service throughout her life. From a young age, inspired by her mother's example of helping the less fortunate, Maria has dedicated herself to improving the lives of others. Her commitment to community service began early, notably as a president of the local Parent-Teacher Association. Faced with overcrowded classrooms, Maria spearheaded efforts to bring mobile classrooms to her child's elementary school, addressing a pressing need for space and learning resources. In 1994, Maria expanded her service to the emergency medical field as a volunteer EMT in Babylon. Maria's entrepreneurial spirit led her to establish Pride Embroidery in 2006, which she officially opened in 2007. The business, a union-owned and operated women's business enterprise, has become a staple on Main Street in Bayshore, thriving for 17 years and contributing to the local economy.
Her commitment and involvement extends beyond her business. Maria has participated in various local non-for-profits, has made multiple trips to Puerto Rico to distribute clothing, food, and toys to those in need. She is also an active member of the Bayshore Lions Club, running drives for school supplies and holiday food. Maria is a devoted mother to Jasiah, Franklin, Jennifer, and Michael, and a loving grandmother to 6. Her role as a strong leader, dedicated worker, and caring matriarch continues to positively impact her community and beyond. Please join me in recognizing Maria Negron.
Congratulations.
Congratulations to all this year's honorees, and a thank you to all of you for all you've done for the community. We have one more person that we wanted to recognize, and it just coincidentally happened during this month. And I'd invite the town board to come up and join me. Diego Rios, who is the CVS National Art Competition winner. So we are really honored to have the privilege to recognize Diego, who lives in Ronkonkoma, who has been selected as one of 4 artists whose artwork is now featured on the cover of a new collection of journals in over 6,700 CVS pharmacies nationwide. Rios' winning design, entitled Life Harmony, was chosen from over 75 submissions and was inspired by his sister, a psychologist treating children with mental illness. His work aims to communicate the symbolic relationship between creativity and well-being. With over 21 years of experience in art direction, he has been a creative lead at CVS Health for more than 5 years. His professional background includes work as an agency art director and in higher education centers. Today, we are proud to recognize Diego Rios not only for his artistic talent, but for promoting mental health awareness and showcasing how art and journaling can positively impact daily life and mental health. Please join us as we recognize this Ronkonkoma resident, artist Diego Rios.
Keep up the great work.
September is National Recovery Month across Islip Town. You'll see the purple banners, flags, ribbons, and lights that have been shining as part of our Islip Goes Purple. It is an initiative month-long to raise awareness of mental health and substance abuse disorder, as well as celebrate those in recovery. Earlier this month, we kicked off this awareness campaign with a color fun run and cupola lighting right here at Town Hall. And just this past Sunday, we celebrated the initiative at Islip Goes Purple Night at Duck Stadium. There are more events still upcoming, so please help our mission to spread awareness, reduce the stigma, and bring recovery to the forefront by joining us as Islip Goes Purple continues. I'd like to also thank Marian Pfeiffer and Youth Enrichment Services, yes, for all their efforts on behalf of this initiative for the past 6 years that we've been doing it. So I would just invite everyone to go to islipgoespurple.com and you'll see what else is coming up. We also are very proud to share the news. The town board and I, alongside the team in our Office of Economic Development, are proud to announce Phase 2 of KIT, Keep Islip Thriving. It is a grant program for small businesses in our town. Through funding provided by the American Rescue Plan, ARPA, small business owners and not-for-profits within our town can obtain grant funding to assist with the financial burdens brought on, and unfortunately for many, still lingering as a result of the COVID pandemic. We understand how invaluable our businesses are to our community and local economy. This opportunity, hopefully, will help ensure that these businesses can successfully continue for years to come. So please go to islipny.gov or call 224-5512. One more thing. We'd ask you to please vote. Voting is underway right now for USA Today's 10 Best Reader Choice Awards for the best small airports. And we all know which one that is, Long Island MacArthur Airport. Currently, we are ranked 3rd behind airports in Michigan and South Carolina. So if we could all show our New York, Long Island, and Town of Islip pride by voting daily, now through September 23rd. Just go to flymacarthur.com and it'll take you right to the link. Also, on September 29th, the Islip Animal Shelter and Adopted Pet Center is hosting the free rabies vaccination clinic on the 29th, as I said, of September. Residents are invited to bring their dogs, cats, and ferrets older than 4 months to our new Islip Animal Shelter on South Technology Drive in Central Islip to ensure their pets' protection and continue to keep them healthy all year long. Dog licensing and microchipping will also be available for an additional fee. Just check the website or social media for full details. And one more thing, please check the rec news. Even though we officially are saying goodbye to summer, there's still so much going on, and I want to thank our Parks and Rec Department for all the wonderful programs, the movies, the concerts, everything that went on all summer long, the fairs and festivals. There's one more to go. The Apple Fest at Islip Grange in Sayville on Broadway on October 26th. There is a rain date the next day, but it's going to be beautiful on Saturday. So just check your rec news or the website, and please know how much the employees in the town really care about this. You know, you go to these events and you see them setting up and everything, and the park rangers out there making sure that everyone is safe and sound and really having a good time. So on behalf of all the members of the town board, we truly, truly appreciate all that you do. Thanks so much.
No.
You're welcome. So then this. Perfect.
of the Islip Town Board to order. Before we begin, the town clerk has an announcement to share regarding the 2025 tentative budget. Madam
Good
Clerk.
evening, Madam Supervisor and members of the Town Board. The tentative budget for 2025 has been filed in the office of the Town Clerk as required by New York State Law, Section 106, Subdivision 2. I am presenting to you the duly filed tentative budget at this scheduled public meeting pursuant to New York State Town Law, Section 106, Subdivision 3. Thank you.
Thank you, Madam Clerk. Thank you. We will begin this evening with our 4 scheduled public hearings for the board's consideration. I now call upon the town clerk to read the first hearing notice.
Thank you, Madam Supervisor. Item number 1, to consider enacting Local Law 4 of 2024 in connection with Chapter 47H entitled Taxation, Exemption for Volunteer Firefighter and Ambulance Workers.
Thank you. Are there any questions? Hearing none, I'll entertain a motion.
Motion to close the public hearing and adopt this for a resolution.
We have a motion from Councilman Gardron, second by Councilman Lorenzo. All those in favor? Opposed? Approved. If you would please, Madam Clerk, the second hearing notice.
Item number 2, to enter into an airline use and lease agreement with JetBlue Airways Corporation at Long Island MacArthur Airport.
Again, are there any questions? Hearing none, I'll entertain a motion.
Make a motion to close the public hearing off the resolution.
We have a motion by Councilman O'Connor, second by Councilman Lorenzo. All those in favor? Opposed? Approved. Madam Clerk, if you would, the third hearing notice.
Item number 3, to consider amending the Islip Uniform Traffic Code.
Are there any questions on this? I'll entertain a motion then.
Make a motion to close the public hearing and adopt it.
Second.
We have a motion by Councilman McElway, second by Councilman Guardone. All those in favor? Opposed? It is approved. And if you will, please, Madam Clerk, the last hearing notice.
Item number 4, to consider amending the ordinance Chapter 67-457 entitled Moratorium for the Development of Battery Energy Storage Systems of the Islip Town Code.
Are there any questions? Hearing none. Motion.
Motion to close the public hearing and submit this for resolution for its adoption.
Motion by Councilman Guardone, second by Councilman McElway. All those in favor? Opposed? It is approved. We have 3 in favor, 1 in opposition. The motion carries. Actually, 4 in favor. Okay, the first item on the agenda is the meeting of the Town of Islip Resource Recovery Agency. I'd call for a motion for the board to convene. Motion by Councilman McElway, second by Councilman O'Connor. All those in favor? Opposed? We are convened, a quorum being present. Commissioner.
Yep, Madam Chair, members of the agency board, Martin Ballou, President of the Islip Resource Recovery Agency, 401 Main Street, Islip, New York. I have a couple items for consideration tonight. First being the approval of the minutes for the July 16th, 2024 agency board meeting.
Is there a motion? Motion by Councilman Lorenzo, second by Councilman Guardone. All in favor? Opposed? The minutes are approved.
And the last item is a resolution authorizing the president to extend an existing contract with Cash and Associates PC to provide professional engineering services related to groundwater leachate and emerging contaminants, monitoring, sampling, and reporting at the Blydenburg Road landfill, Queenville Phase 1 and 2 for the year 2025.
Any questions? Motion by Councilman Guardone, second by Councilman Lorenzo. All those in favor? Opposed? It is approved.
And that concludes the business.
No other business to come before us. Motion to adjourn. Motion by Councilman McElway, second by Councilman Lorenzo. All those in favor? Opposed? The agency stands adjourned. Thank you very much, Marty. Next is an authorization for supervisor to execute an amended license agreement for 2 parcels of town-owned Bay Bottom land for the purpose of shellfish cultivation in the Great South Bay. Any questions? Motion by Councilman Lorenzo, second by Councilman Guadrone. All those in favor? Opposed? Approved. Next is an authorization for supervisor to execute a license agreement for 3 parcels of town-owned Bay Bottom land for the purpose of shellfish cultivation in the Great South Bay. Any questions? Motion by Councilman Guadrone, second by Councilman McElway. All those in favor? Opposed? It is approved. Item 4 is the Board Up Cleanup Resolution. Jeff, if you would please come forward.
Good evening, Madam Supervisor, members of the Town Board, and the Town Clerk. Jeffrey Panache, Assistant Town Attorney, 655 Main Street, Islip. I have, 12 properties on this evening's agenda for your consideration. Number 1 has been withdrawn as the property is now in compliance. Number 2, to clean up the premises located at 27 Pine Top Drive in Central Islip. On this vacant property, there now exists overgrown vegetation as well as litter and debris, including a discarded amplifier, plywood, damaged speakers, a couch, videotapes, and other assorted rubbish, which constitutes a nuisance and creates a fire safety and health hazard. Notice of this hearing was provided to all known persons with the property interest in this premises.
Any questions? Motion by Councilman Guadrone, second by Councilman O'Connor. All those in favor? Opposed? Approved.
Number 3, to board up and clean up the premises located at 28 West Oakdale Street in Bayshore. On this vacant and unsecured property, there now exists an open front door, an open window on the north side of the dwelling, and a hole in the garage door allowing access to the dwelling's interior, as well as overgrown vegetation, litter, and debris, including plastic bags, discarded fencing and cinder blocks, and other assorted rubbish, which constitutes a nuisance and creates a fire safety and health hazard. Notice of this hearing was provided to all known persons with the property interest in this premises.
Any questions? Motion by Councilman McElway, second by Councilman Lorenzo. All those in favor? Opposed? Approved.
Number 4, to clean up the premises located at 43 West Shore Road in Oakdale. On this vacant property, there now exists overgrown vegetation as well as litter and debris, which constitutes a nuisance and creates a fire safety and health hazard. Notice of this hearing was provided to all known persons with the property interest in this premises.
Any questions? Motion by Councilman O'Connor, second by Councilman Lorenzo. All those in favor? Opposed? Approved.
Number 5, to board up and clean up the premises located at 56 Orange Street in Central Islip. On this vacant and unsecured property, there now exists a gap in the exterior wall of the south side of the dwelling, allowing access to the interior of the dwelling, as well as overgrown vegetation and litter and debris, including discarded construction items, which constitutes a nuisance and creates a fire safety and health hazard. Notice of this hearing was provided to all known persons with the property interest in this premises.
Any questions? Motion by Councilman O'Connor, second by Councilman Guadrone. All those in favor? Opposed? Approved.
Number 6 has been withdrawn as the property is now in compliance. Number 7, to clean up the premises located at 111 Iroquois Street in Ronkonkoma. On this vacant property, there now exists overgrown vegetation, as well as litter and debris, including discarded water bottles, wood pieces, roofing shingles, and other assorted items of rubbish, which constitute a nuisance and create a fire safety and health hazard. Notice of this hearing was provided to all known persons with a property interest in this premises.
Any questions? Motion? Motion by Councilman McElway, second by Councilman Guadrone. All those in favor? Opposed? Approved.
Number 8, to board up the premises located at 132 Connecticut Drive in Oakdale. On this vacant and unsecured property, there now exists a rectangular opening on the south side of the dwelling's foundation, allowing access to the interior of the dwelling, which constitutes a nuisance and creates a fire safety and health hazard. Notice of this hearing was provided to all known persons with a property interest in this premises.
Any questions? Certainly. Councilman?
Jeff, didn't we hear this property last year? Same property, or is it a different one?
I wasn't aware that there was. I can consult with our chief investigator from code enforcement, but I'm not.
It just looks familiar. That's all I'm asking. I thought we heard it. Yeah, but I think we heard that one last year, too. I'm just curious.
It may have been.
Can you just keep coming back and coming back and coming back?
If there's new ownership, if there's a change in ownership, then we're required to present the resolution for a vote again before the board before we can act on it. So that may have been the case.
Thank you.
Any further questions? Motion by Councilman O'Connor, second by Councilman Lorenzo. All those in favor? Opposed? Approved.
Number 9 has been withdrawn as the property is now in compliance. Number 10, to clean up the premises located at 1335 Locust Avenue in Bohemia. On this vacant property, there now exists overgrown vegetation, as well as litter and debris, including piles of decaying vegetation, which constitutes a nuisance and creates a fire safety and health hazard. Notice of this hearing was provided to all known persons with a property interest in this premises.
Jeff, were you here earlier when that couple came forward about a piece of property they bought and did some clearing?
Yes, I was, and I had an opportunity to speak to that
Okay,
individual along with the chief investigator out in the hallway
Okay,
after he had
great.
spoken.
All right. Councilman? Motion by Councilman O'Connor, second by Councilman Lorenzo. All those in favor? Opposed? It is approved.
Number 11 has been withdrawn as the property is now in compliance. Number 12, to clean up the premises located at 2114 Julia Goldback Avenue in Ronkonkoma. On this vacant property, there now exists overgrown vegetation in the rear yard at a height of over 12 inches, as well as litter and debris, which constitutes a nuisance and creates a fire safety and health hazard. Notice of this hearing was provided to all known persons with a property interest in this premises.
Any questions? Motion by Councilman Lorenzo, second by Councilman McElway. All those in favor? Opposed? It is approved.
That's all I have for this
That's
evening.
it?
Thank you.
Thank you very much, Jeff. Okay, next are the appropriation transfers. Are there any questions? Hearing none. Motion? Motion by Councilman McElway, second by Councilman Lorenzo. All those in favor? Opposed? Approved. Item 6 is an approval for the use of ARPA funds, SLFRF funds, for infrastructure improvements to prevent flooding in various areas of the town of Islip. Are there any questions? Motion by Councilman McElway, second by Councilman Lorenzo. All those in favor? Opposed? Approved. Next is the approval for the use of ARPA funds for the replacement of aged equipment used to clean the roadways and clean and maintain sewer drains. Any questions? Motion by Councilman Guadrone. Second by Councilman McElway. All those in favor? Opposed? Approved. Item 8 are the bid awards. Are there any questions? Hearing none. Motion by Councilman O'Connor, second by Councilman Lorenzo. All those in favor? Opposed? Approved. Next are the option year resolutions. Any questions? Motion? Motion by Councilman McElway, second by Councilman O'Connor. All those in favor? Opposed? Approved. Next is an approval to rescind contract 222-24 with Ironwood Industries, Inc. for hydro seeding. Any questions? Motion by Councilman Guadrone, second by Councilman Lorenzo. All those in favor? Opposed? Approved. Item 11, an acceptance of monetary grant from the New York State Division of Criminal Justice Services to be used for the purchase of new fingerprinting equipment. Any questions? Motion by Councilman McElway, second by Councilman O'Connor. All those in favor? Opposed? Approved. Item 12, authorization of supervisor to execute an agreement with the CDA whereby the town will receive reimbursement funds for facility improvements at the Brentwood Sports Complex. Are there any questions? Motion by Councilman Guadrone, second by Councilman O'Connor. All those in favor? Opposed? Approved. Item 13, authorization for supervisor to enter into various agreements for programs to be held throughout the town, and we do have many. Any questions? Motion by Councilman McElway, second by Councilman Guadrone. All those in favor? Opposed? Approved. Item 14, authorization of supervisor to execute all documents necessary for change order number 1 to the general contracting contract in connection with the main terminal building, MEP upgrades, Phase 2 at Long Island MacArthur Airport, to Stalco Construction. Are there any questions? Motion by Councilman Guadrone, second. second by Councilman McElway. All those in favor? Opposed? Approved. Item 15, authorization for supervisor to execute a First Amendment to the agreement with JKL Engineers PC to provide professional engineering services for the Department of Aviation and Transportation at Long Island MacArthur Airport and the Bayport Aerodrome. Any questions? Motion? Motion by Councilman O'Connor. I'll second that motion. All those in favor? Opposed? Approved. Item 16, authorization for supervisor to execute an airport concessions DBE plan to be submitted to the FAA in compliance with 49 CFR Part 26, participation by disadvantaged business enterprises in the Department of Transportation financial assistance programs. This is an FAA requirement. Are there any questions? Motion by Councilman Guardrone, second by Councilman Lorenzo. All those in favor? Opposed? Approved. Item 17 is an authorization for supervisor to execute the fourth option year to the contract with ComNet Software as the sole supplier of hardware and software applications, support services related to the MUFIDS and digital paging systems at Long Island MacArthur Airport. Any questions? Motion by Councilman Guardrone, second by Councilman McElway. All those in favor? Opposed? Approved. Item 18 are the special events, 5 parades, festivals, circus, and much more. Any questions? Motion by Councilman Guardrone, second by Councilman McElway. All those in favor? Opposed? Approved. Item 19, authorization for supervisor to execute all documents for change order number 3 with Banner Electric Corp. In connection with the main terminal building, MEP upgrades Phase 2 at Long Island MacArthur Airport. Any questions? Motion? By Councilman Guardrone. Second? By Councilman McElway. All those in favor? Opposed? Approved. Item 20, authorization for supervisor to execute a professional services agreement with MPA Computers, Inc. for computer equipment maintenance and repairs. Any questions? Motion? By Councilman Guardrone, second by Councilman Lorenzo. All those in favor? Opposed? It is approved. Item 21 is the acceptance of a deed from J&J Corrado Real Estate, LLC, for a piece of property located at the northeast corner of Pond Road at 9th Street in Ronkonkoma for a corner radius dedication for highway purposes. I'll make that motion. Do I have a second? Second by Councilman Lorenzo. All those in favor? Opposed? Approved. Item 22 is the acceptance of a deed from Robert and Susan Herzhauser for property located at the southwest corner of Arctic Avenue and Ham Court in Bohemia for a corner radius dedication for highway purposes. Any questions? Motion by Councilman O'Connor, second by Councilman McElway. All those in favor? Opposed? Approved. Item 23 is an authorization for the supervisor to execute the Second Amendment to the professional service agreement with R&M Engineering for additional construction management services in connection with the Southwest Sewer District. Any questions? Motion by Councilman Lorenzo, second by Councilman Guardrone. All those in favor? Opposed? Approved. Item 24, authorization for the supervisor to enter into a 60-day contract extension with SIPCO Boarding Company, Inc. for contract DPD 2-21, board up and secure various properties town-wide. Any questions? Motion by Councilman McElway, second by Councilman Lorenzo. All those in favor? Opposed? Approved. Item 25, authorization for the supervisor to execute a contract with Wellsback Electric Corp. of Long Island for DPW 3-2024 installation and maintenance of street lights. Are there any questions? Motion by Councilman Lorenzo? Okay. No,
We all made the motion. Yeah, we all made the
okay. One of these collective motions. Lorenzo, McElway, all in favor? Opposed? It is approved. Item, where are we? 26 is an authorization for the town clerk to advertise for a public hearing to enact a local law to override the tax levy limit established in General Municipal Section 3C, enacting a local law entitled a local law to override the tax levy limit established in Municipal Section 3C. Are there any questions? I'll make that motion. Do I have a second? Second by Councilman McElway. All those in favor? Opposed? Approved. No what? You're opposed to setting a public hearing? We have 2 in favor. Are you opposed to setting the public? In favor. So we have 2 opposed, 3 in favor. The motion carries.
No, I'm opposed to.
Oh, I thought you made the
No.
second. Yeah, that's what we had to approve. So we had a motion and a second. Myself and Councilman McElroy made the second to set the public hearing. We called the vote, and we had Councilman O'Connor opposed to setting the date for the public hearing, and Councilman Lorenzo. You're not supporting?
I'm supporting voting, but I'm voting no. So if I misspoke, I shouldn't have seconded it.
So the resolution to set the public hearing then fails. Next is an authorization for the town clerk to advertise for a public hearing to consider amending Chapter 51 of the Islip Town Code entitled Towing Businesses. Motion by Councilman O'Connor. Second by Councilman McElroy. All those in favor? Opposed? It's approved. Item 28 is an approval to consent to the assignment and assumption of a Bay Island lease agreement by William Schlebelas to Matthew Kohler for real property located on Sexton Island in the Great South Bay. Motion by Councilman Lorenzo. Second by Councilman McElroy. All those in favor? Opposed? We have 4 in favor, 1 abstention. Next is an authorization for supervisor to execute and deliver a first amendment to the agreement of sale by and between the Town of Islip and Carlton Avenue LLC. Any questions? Motion by Councilman O'Connor, second by Councilman Guadron. All those in favor? Opposed? Approved. Item 30 is an approval to consent to the assignment and assumption of a Bay Island lease agreement by Arthur Swanson to Shauna Finley for real property located in the Great South Bay. Are there any questions? Hearing none. Motion. Motion by Councilman Lorenzo, second. Second by Councilman McElroy. All those in favor? We have 4 in favor, 1 abstention. The motion carries. Item 31 is a meeting of the Town of Islip Industrial Development Agency. I'd call for a motion to convene by Councilman O'Connor. I'll second that motion. And a quorum being present, Mr. Walzer.
Thank you very much. Good afternoon, Madam Chair, members of the agency board. John Walzer, Executive Director, 40 Nassau Avenue, Islip, New York. I have several items for your consideration today. The first item is to approve the minutes from the last agency board meeting on August 13th of this year.
Any questions on the minutes? Hearing none. Motion by Councilman Guadron, second by Councilman O'Connor. All those in favor? Opposed? The minutes are approved.
Thank you. The next item for your consideration is an authorizing resolution for a project induced at last month's meeting between the agency and Albert Kemperly LLC at 5050 Vets Highway in Holbrook.
Any questions? Motion by Councilman Guadron, second by Councilman McElroy. All those in favor? Opposed? Approved.
Thank you. The next item for your consideration is also an authorizing resolution for a project induced at last month's meeting between the agency and Lessings, Inc. at 3525 Sunrise Highway in Islip Terrace.
Any questions? Hearing none. Motion by Councilman O'Connor, second by Councilman McElroy. All those in favor? Opposed? Approved.
The next item for your consideration is a resolution authorizing the agency to enter into a contract with Grow America to conduct a feasibility study for Phase 2 of the Belmont at Eastview project located at 300 Carlton Avenue, Central Islip.
Are there any questions? Motion by Councilman O'Connor, second by Councilman McElroy. All those in favor? Opposed? Approved.
Okay, the next item for your consideration is a resolution authorizing the assignment of the project RG 158 Candlewood, located at 158 Candlewood Road in Bay Shore.
Any questions? Motion by Councilman Guadron, second by Councilman McElroy. All those in favor? Opposed? Approved.
And the last item for your consideration is an amendment to the escrow agreement entered into regarding the Midway Crossing project, extending the agreement to October 1st of this year.
Any questions? I'll make that motion. Do I have a second? Second by Councilman O'Connor. All those in favor? Opposed? Approved.
I have no further business.
Okay, we will entertain a motion to adjourn by Councilman O'Connor. I'll second that motion. All those in favor? Opposed? We stand adjourned. The final item on the agenda is the appointment of William F. Garbarino to the position of Town Attorney. Are there any questions? I'll make that motion. Second, a collective second by everyone. All those in favor? Opposed? The resolution is approved unanimously. Congratulations, Mr. Garbarino. With that, we will entertain a motion to adjourn. Motion by Councilman O'Connor, second by Councilman Guardone. All those in favor? Opposed? We stand adjourned. Thank you.